Oh, and we're live. We are live on local bike shop day at my local bike shop, Brimstone Bicycles. Brimstone Bicycles. Apparently, it's local bike shop day over in the UK, so I'm celebrating it here, and we're gonna do it at the shop. I think that might have been backwards. There we go. Brimstone Bicycles. Look at that beautiful pink Sunday. All right, going in. First of all, someone needs to buy this bike. It's been here for months. What are all these bikes? We've got, what did you call them? Kona? No, like the type. There were, what?
Gravel bikes?
Gravel bikes, road bikes, hybrids, all that good stuff.
Bikes.
Yeah, there's a fat tire, there's a PK Ripper, all good stuff. My favorite couch when I'm here. Moving through some shoes into the BMX area where they got some old school bikes, scooter stuff, BMX. Look at this Hutch, Trickstar, and we've got an Aaron. Aaron, do you know what today is?
Old model. What is today, Brant?
Local bike shop day.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm here.
Hey, I'm local.
Because it's local bike shop day. I thought it was support your local bike shop day, but it's actually local bike shop day. So I was gonna, that's what my question
It's
is.
more about me than about you. Then.
Yeah, that's it. So the question is, why do you support your local bike shop?
Oh man.
And that's why I didn't want to tell you it.
They're awesome. That's the easiest. One. I don't know. The thing I think a lot of people don't always think of is that, you know, even if you can find stuff at other places and such, if you don't have the bike shop, you don't have a place where, hey, I need this fixed or I need that fixed. That'd be the biggest thing to me. Is like,
Yeah.
if everybody buys everything on Amazon, Amazon can't put it on for you or fix your bike or answer your questions or
Be a place to hang out.
that kind of thing. Yeah, that's, you know.
The group rides and all stuff like that too.
Well, and I don't see, you know, I mean, we put ramps in the park, so
Oh
I
yeah.
see Amazon doing the
Pause.
same thing.
You have time to think. Because of this bike shop, there's a skate park back there. Anyways,
You know, the community, we do a lot of things just for that.
yeah,
But I
and
think
there's so much stuff in the community. Any examples of that?
as far
The
as
track's a good example.
the BMX track.
Yeah, that
I
whole
mean,
deal.
Yeah, there's lots of things that we do that are behind the scenes and things that are helping other things, you know, stay open that people like to use, you know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that wouldn't exist without partnerships and without connections to,
Right.
to other places.
I think the Akron track thing's a cool thing to talk about.
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, we're partnering.
Pretend like I don't know.
We're partnering with the Akron BMX track. And I believe this year they're holding the state championship races there, where we're going to go there and do tutorials. They're going to advertise for us. We're going to advertise for them. We're going to be the place where they recommend, you know, the kids and the adults that race there to, you know, come to us. We're going to work together on what they need, what we can do for each other. Little things like that where, you know, and one of the other things we're going to do is me and Eric are apparently racing each other this year.
I gotta be there for
Which
that.
is going to be a joke. but-
I have to be there for that. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, Eric and I are going to race each other.
What else is? What
So
other
I've got
stuff?
My retro PK Ripper all suited up here.
Yeah, you're kind of the
for
BMX.
positivism. I mean, for me to race.
Oh, whatever. So
So-
what else? What other than like that kind of thing? What else do you guys do? Because I know Eric does a lot of stuff for people in the community. Like,
Oh my gosh, our shop in particular.
Yeah.
We do a lot of things. We provide bicycles. We repair bicycles and things that are people are tossing out. We repair them and
Yeah.
give them to veterans groups and PTSD victims that need things to keep them busy. We try and do that. We give discounts for veterans and different things. We help people. We do with Elizabeth, we sponsor her for her hand cycles and the things she does. She participates in some races, so we provide stuff for her. Provide, you know, things. A lot of things I provide opportunities for kids to learn how to fix their bikes, and you know, provide them with tools to use so that, you know, they don't have to wait for their bike to be worked on if they can do it themselves. I try and tell them what to do, how to do it, what not to do. I see a lot of things with kids doing things wrong. A lot of community things. I mean, it's trying to get the skate park done. You know, we built wood ramps that float away.
Yeah.
When the park floods, so we finally got concrete. You know, just little things. It doesn't feel like a lot when you're doing this stuff.
It's a lot of individual things to,
you know, there's
go together.
A lot of little stuff, and it adds up. But it's, you know, I hate just patting us on the back for things, because, you know, anybody.
Well, that's the whole point of this.
Anybody can do this stuff. It's just that we're here and we want to do it, and
yeah,
that's, you know, little things, I guess, that if we weren't here.
Yeah, if like, and I would imagine a lot of shops do stuff like that too. Like,
I would think.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
we have, you know, a lot of people come in here just to say hi. They don't need anything. They just were going by.
Yep.
So they come in, chit chat for a little bit, talk about what they want to do or get, or, you know, where they're riding and stuff. The kids come through left and right for the tools and just to look at the stuff and you know, wish list or whatever. Or ask us, you know, questions. We also provide a safe space for, you know, there's some transgender kids in the community that know that if they're having problems with anybody, they can come in here, you know, and nobody will mess with them in here.
Yeah.
You know, even the kids. I've had some, you know, 2 or 3 different kids come in here crying because they got bullied or somebody stole their thing or bag or whatever, and, you know, just take the time to talk to them and stuff. Just let people know that, you know, we're not just here to, like, oh, hand me your money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, we're a business and we need to stay open, but the things that we can provide are sometimes more than bicycles and money, and you know the exchange of those things.
And all of those reasons are why bike shops are important.
Yeah, I mean, I just love the people. I'd like to, man, we've, you know, not that this is, it makes a good business necessarily, but, you know, we've given so many bikes away, and we get a lot of people, you know, come thanks to us because, you know, somebody came in one day and said it was their nephew that we had given a bike to, and they just thought that was the greatest thing. And, you know, some of these kids, they're single parents, and they got no money. They want to hang out with all the other kids and do what they're doing.
Yep.
They just can't do it. So if we got it, spare parts, whatever, I just try and provide whatever's needed.
And in a small town like this one, if you don't have that, what's the alternative, you know? It's bad.
Yeah, I mean.
So if none of this existed, all of that stuff, here, we're going to go to this view. Yeah. If all of that did not exist, wait, we got to clean this off. Oh, sorry.
One of the things that already has happened, and you know, there's problems when you have kids involved in anything, because there's good kids, bad kids, you know, potty mouth, things like that the other members of the community don't care for. But when you give the kids a place to go, if they're riding their bikes at the skate park, even if you're hearing foul language and stuff like that, they're not riding their bikes through parking lots and over through people's yards, and they're not committing crimes. And, you know, I mean, you're always going to have that kind of stuff, but I think that it means a lot to the kids to feel like their community isn't a waste to them.
Yeah.
That they've got something that they enjoy, that the community has. And if we're part of that, that's awesome. You know, I mean, I want all these kids to know, hey, you know, we try and mentor them. It's like, you know, I want the kids to learn that there's somebody paying attention to how they're doing and how they're going about it and stuff. Without stuff to do, I mean, small town, I grew up in a small town. It's notorious for, you know, half the kids to say, there's nothing to do, there's nothing to do.
Yep.
And the adults, they're all worried about, you know, their taxes and stuff, so they don't care about what there is for kids to do either.
Yep.
So somebody's got to try and be on the kids' side, and I think you get a little respect from the kids when you show, hey, we're going to treat you like people, not children. And, you know, that's one of the things that we try and do here.
And I would imagine that most bike shops are this way, unless they're totally out of touch with the town they're in.
Yeah, I
But
suppose
I would say most are probably that way, and that's why they're important.
I would say it depends on where you go and what the scene is like. I mean, we happen to have a huge. It's shrunk a little bit since a couple of years ago, but we've got for a small community a pretty big scene between the scooter kids and the BMX kids
Yeah.
and skaters and stuff.
And then the people who ride on the towpath too.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is kind of a unique
Yeah,
situation.
we're a bicycle-oriented community in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. I mean, not necessarily commuting-wise, but we've got outdoor towpath.
So
trails
just
and
the
all that.
amount of people is bigger probably here, but at the same time,
Yeah.
it's all like it doesn't matter where you're at. It's still important to support your local bike shop, and that's kind of the whole point of this.
Well, yeah, and the more you support your local bike shop, the more they can support you back. I mean,
Yep.
if you know, there's things that are difficult to bring in and carry because you don't know who, you know, if you're going to sell them right away, but you never know you got that one person that's looking for it and stuff. But the more, you know, you can carry more, the more customers you have, and the more people frequent you, you can bring in more products, and the more things you have. I mean, I don't know about most people, but me, I'm instant gratification is.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, if I say, oh, I need one of these, I want to know, hey, I can 15 minutes down the road at the local bike shop and say, hey, I need one of these. Okay, here you go.
Yep.
Rather than have to order it and wait 2 days, 3 days, whatever.
Oh,
for it to
everyone's
show
that
up.
way. Everyone.
And I try to do that, and I brought in a lot more stuff, you know, and try to bring in the stuff that everybody wants.
Yeah.
So that it's easy.
Yep.
You know, and you know, personable, and talk to them and say, hey, you know, you can't go to Amazon and say, I wish you had this and have it,
Yeah.
you know, and or you know, you can't learn about what's cool or what new things are, and you know what you like or what somebody else likes by, you know, just looking. I don't know.
So let's sum it up in one sentence. Sorry, I was going to switch it, but I'm not going to now. Sum it up in one or two sentences why local bike shops are important.
I would say local bike shops are important because you got a much more personal aspect to everything that you're doing with your own riding, with interaction, with knowing, you know, who else in the community you can do things with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a cultural opportunity rather than an individual opportunity. That to me sums up, you know. This is like a bar without beer. It's like bike parts.
You're right.
Bike parts instead of beer.
Yeah.
You know,
So without that,
come hang out.
they basically just make it that much better. That's all it is. They
Yeah,
take
that-
something that could be there and make it that much
I mean,
cooler.
just even the working in a bike shop is cool
Yeah.
and fun because of the people that we get to deal with and the fact that we all love bicycles.
Yep.
You know, it's just a neat thing to share with other people.
Well, I like that. That's where I'm going to end it. But to actually end it, look at these bikes. They've got bikes. Yes, we have scooters here. But bikes are the focus. And with that, thank you, Aaron.
Alrighty.
Support your local bike shop. And thanks for tuning in. Subscribe if you're new also. Goodbye.